So hello guys, welcome back to the complete Python series. In this video we are going to learn about some basic Python concepts such as printing data and taking input from the user. But before moving further, let us see what is Python. Python is nothing but an interpreted, object-oriented and easy to learn programming language. Interpreted in the sense that the code is executed line by line, and Python also supports object-oriented concepts such as inheritance, polymorphism, abstraction, etc. Python is also used in many different fields such as software development, machine learning, web development, etc. Now, in this figure, you can see that the programmer writes the code and saves with a .py file. Then this .py file is sent to an interpreter and the interpreter converts this code to bytecode, and this bytecode is further executed and we get the output. So now as we know what is the Python, let us see why to use Python. There are four main reasons to use Python. The first is that the Python works on many different platforms such as Windows, Mac, Linux, Raspberry Pi, etc. Python also has a simple syntax compared to other programming languages. And with Python, we can write few lines of code and perform a big task. As Python is growing along with its library function and its application, we can say that Python is going to rule the programming world. Now let us see some basic concepts of Python programming. Suppose I am writing a sentence. Now if we want to comment this sentence, we have to use hash. Hash is used for a single line comment, and suppose we want to write a multi-line comment, then we have to use triple quote. So these triple quotes are used for writing multi-line comments. Now let us see about variables. Variables are nothing but a container for storing data values. In Python, a variable is created the moment you first assign a value to it. Now let us create a simple variable name to store a string, that is Python. So name equal to in inverted Python. Now the variable is created and this string Python is stored in the variable name. While writing Python code, indentation is must. If you don't follow indentation, Python will give you an error. Let us see with an example. Suppose we create one more variable, that is num, and assign it to 10. Now you can see there we have left here one extra space, so it violates the indentation rule and we get error. So due to this error we are getting a red line here. So this proves that in Python indentation is must. Now if we want to print the data, we use a print function. So print hello. This function will print hello. Let us see by running it. Now you can see that the hello is printed. Suppose if you want to print the value of any variable, for example, let us take this name, then just use name variable inside a print function. This will print the value of the name variable. Now suppose you want to take an input from user. Then Python provides an inbuilt function named input to take input from the user. But we have to remember that whatever you enter as the input, the function will convert it into string and return in a string format. So before using these values, we need to typecast them according to our needs. Now let us take an example to input the value of num2. So I am taking a variable num2 and asking user to input the value, and then let us print the value of num2. You can see that Python is asking us to enter the value of num2. Now let us enter it as 15. Now you can see that the 15 is printed here. Now to check the type of the variable, we have type function. This will print the type of the input variable num2. You can see that the type of this number is of class string. This is because the input function converts all the inputted data in string format and returns it. So we get here a string class. Suppose if we want to convert this string to int, then we have to typecast this num2 to integer. So after writing this int before input function, then the inputted text is formatted into integer and stored into num2. Now you can see that class of num2 is int. This is because we have typecasted the input to int. So in this way you can store an integer value in a variable.